Hello, everyone. I am traveling today, so I'm going to keep this relatively short. Most of the conversation in the news continues around the potential meeting of everyone involved in Turkey, and Trump said he might show up too. Okay. So far, neither side expressed any opposition to his attending, but this does throw a wrench in the conversation about the ceasefire that was supposed to start on Monday, because Trump stomped his little feet and waved his little hands and said, no, they have to meet right this second. Zelensky said that he would appreciate any help. The question is Putin going to show up? My concern is, are Putin and Trump going to do an Oval Office on Zelensky and gang up on him and try to force him into agreeing something that he should not agree to? So, personally, given all of the information we have, all of the history we have to this point, I don't have a very good feeling about this. And like I said, this is just confusing things. Confusing the plans that Ukraine and European allies were trying to make. Once again, we're dealing with a situation where somebody wants a feather in their cap, and so they have no scruples about upsetting whatever plans other people were making for the sake of making their own political career. And also, here's interesting. Instead of the snap ceasefire, which he said President Putin of Russia doesn't want, who cares? That's the aggressor. Why should anybody care what he wants? He should be told what to do. Why is anybody listening to this guy? And of course, now the UK and probably other European partners have postponed any further involvement until this is sorted out. So everything hinges on what happens on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the war continues. There have been a bunch of real and decoy drones fired at Ukraine, again during a nighttime effect. There have been 133 clashes with Russian forces along the front. Heaviest fighting is still happening in the Donetsk region. And check it out. The UN Aviation Council on Monday ruled that Russia was responsible for the downing of Malaysian airliner MH17 in the Donetsk region that killed 298 people on July 17th, 2014. That is how long these people have been waiting for any kind of justice. And remember, this is just a ruling. Nothing has been done yet. The true culprits have not been punished. We all know who's responsible. Something else interesting is going on. Ukrainian Polish officials said Polish protesters resumed blocking one of the main border crossings on Monday. This goes back to the protests we've seen in 2023, where the issue was the unfair competition from Ukrainian agricultural imports and transport companies. So while Poland has been an unwavering ally when it comes to all things war, when it comes to trade, that is another matter. Because the argument is we're happy to help Ukraine on Ukrainian territory, but you have to consider our position too. We still have to make money. We still have to run our businesses, our farms, our transport, etc. So that is a problem too. Once again, all I can say is that this is a big, complicated matter, and trying to shove a solution into it is not a good idea. And trying to do it quickly without any solid foundation and any understanding is even worse.